this is Zexonite. Welcome to the Zex Talk and welcome to Shiny September. This is a series I'm doing this month where I take a look at my favorite and least favorite shiny Pokemon of each generation. And today, we're taking a look at my favorite shinies from Generation 3. I think I have to say right off the bat, I have a bit of a weakness in the Gen 3 department. Ruby and Sapphire are the only main series games that I've never even touched, and as such, I'm not as familiar with the Pokemon from Gen 3. I've bothered to familiarize myself with most of them, at least to a small degree, and many of them have appeared in other games. But because I never got acclimated to the Gen 3 Pokes, I don't really have the same history with them as many other people do. So that might have caused me to end up with some weird picks, but I hope I've justified them adequately. Anyway, let's get right into it. Number 5. Yeah, you know the whole spiel I just gave about knowing dick about Gen 3? Well, forget everything I just said, because this is a Pokemon that I think would appear on practically everybody's list. That is Metagross. Shiny Metagross is just freaking sexy. I was originally gonna put the entire Beldum line on the list, and while Beldum and Metang have some pretty nice shinies as well, it's pretty clear which one of these steals the show. These colors just work so well for it. The silver is so sleek and cool looking, and I feel like the gold goes with it very well. And there's just something about the design of Metagross which makes this coloring go very well with it. To compare, Metang definitely looks cool as a shiny, and the colors go well with it as well, but there's just something about Metagross that makes the colors look better on it. And can I just say, this is one of the few shinies that actually looks shiny? Like, most of them are like, oh, let's dump some radioactive waste and vomit and shit all over you. But Metagross is like, whoa, look at that. Look at how shiny that is. And there's nothing a shiny deserves more than to look shiny. Number 4. This is another one that I have no idea why I like it. Not at all. When I was looking through shinies though, similarly to Sandslash, Lotad just kept catching my eye. And strangely, they both seem to be a similar color. But there's just something that made me want to keep looking at it. I could look at shiny Lotad all day. There's just something about its cute derpy face and that deep reddish purplish color that just hits me right in the cute boner. Its wide open eyes combined with this coloring make me think it's like super embarrassed or something. Like that kind of embarrassment where you can feel it all over your body. Like he's going, oh shit, my life is over. Stacy's never gonna go out with me now. And there's just something so endearing about that. Lotad is cute, but shiny Lotad, I just want to hug and comfort until it stops feeling embarrassed. I really don't know why they colored it this way, or even why this color scheme appeals to me. Even though I just spent the past minute explaining why it appeals to me. But whatever the reason, I love shiny Lotad. Number 3. Like Sudowoodo, this is another one of those which makes me feel like the coloring of the shiny gives it sort of like an alternate form. Breloom is a Pokemon based on a kangaroo and a mushroom. Don't ask. So, of course, the original Breloom looks like a little green mushroom. Even though there aren't really any green mushrooms in nature. But this is one, and if there were, it would make sense because they could blend in with the grass. Even though mushrooms are decomposers, so it'd be unlikely to be just hanging out in big open fields. Why is this thing green anyway? Well, anyway, for whatever reason, it's a little green mushroom. Its shiny, however, turns red, like a little red mushroom, which I find very cool and seems to make it into a different variety of mushroom, like an Amanita, which sort of look like... But wait, original Breloom and shiny Breloom. Oh my god! Number 2. I don't think I've once come across a Camerupt in any of my playthroughs, and I can kinda see why. Of course, as I mentioned, I never played through Gen 3, but I didn't really get that far into Gen 4, and in Gens 5 and 6 you couldn't obtain it in-game. Well, I've definitely seen it on lists or in videos, and if you showed me a picture of a Camerupt, I could probably tell you what it was. I just have no attachment to Camerupt whatsoever. Because of this, it's very forgettable for me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's even a pretty cool concept for a camel Pokemon, but this is another one that just kept catching my eye as I looked through shinies. It just looks freaking badass. Regular Camerupt looks alright, though I'm not a big fan of the blue rings, which sorta hurt my eyes to look at against the orangey red. But shiny Camerupt is black. I'm convinced that making your shiny black is a surefire way to make it look really cool. I don't know that there are any black shinies that I don't like. Unless they were always black, in which case shame on you for lacking in variety. But this recolor definitely makes Camerupt look very cool. Like, rather than being the magma, Camerupt is the mountain, or cooled lava, or smoke, or something. And the yellow makes for a really nice accent. I may struggle to remember you, Camerupt, but your shiny definitely makes you stand out in my mind. Number 1. Roses are cool. That's just a fact. Go ask anyone. Do you think you're really gonna ask someone if they like roses and they're gonna tell you no? No. Everybody likes roses. Especially when they come in so many different colors. Red, pink, white, purple, yellow, orange, black. And you can even get colors like green or blue by dyeing white roses. So let's take a look at the Pokemon that basically has roses for hands, Roselia. It's alright. The roses are cool, but one is pink, so meh. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing despite my color bias, I'm just saying that pink is a really common color for roses. The blue rose is cool, but with its coloring it kinda blends in with the rest of itself and doesn't stand out too particularly much. But when we see the shiny, that's a whole different story. First, black and purple are both awesome colors for roses, partially because they're so rare. Partially because I like black and purple. Yes, I am the person who decides what colors are awesome and which ones aren't, thank you very much. But it's not just the color of the roses that makes shiny Roselia look very cool. I think that making the green a more yellowish green and giving it a body that's golden yellow is what really made this shiny. It could have been easy to mess this one up, but the yellowish tones contrast the purple and the cool gray in such a way that makes this pretty shiny stand out. Roses are purple, roses are black. Roselia is awesome. I suck at poetry. That's it for this shiny September Zex Talk, but the next one will be out soon. Thank you for watching, hopefully I will see you in the next video, and goodbye to you all sirs and madams and everyone in between. That's it for this shiny September sex talk. Yep, we're having a sex talk.